Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another show on the Francis Howell Network. I am Josh Robinson. Along with me is Evan Webb. We have a great one tonight for the ladies of Francis Howell against the Lady Lancers of Lafayette. Right now, it is 5 minutes and 59 seconds into the game. The Lancers are leading the Vikings 5-0. Starting for the Vikings, we have Libby Brewster, number 24. Ronna Tabin, Rianne Tabin, excuse me. We have Carly Meyer and Julie Steiger. Well, they haven't given us any program, so it's kind of a busy, a busy night.
It is. It's tough when you don't have the programs.
So we've been struggling a lot, but we're still making it through. As you can see right now, that number 14. She's not on the roster. It's like we got a little. First free throw is off.
Yeah, again, man, it's tough not to do games without the rosters, and we're gonna try and figure out these names on the fly.
Yeah, because this is pretty messed up. They said they didn't have any flyers or anything. So number 10 for Lafayette Lancers dribbles down the court, passes to number 15, passes back to 10. This is over to 20. Number 3, Julie Sturger, playing some great defense over there. 15 threes up, and it's a little bit off. Number 14 grabs a rebound. Sturger passes it to Brewster. Brewster and one by Libby Brewster. She has 83 points for the season right now.
That's a great and one there by Libby Brewster, and she's been their leading scorer all year and by a large margin as well. So she's obviously a big weapon for this Vikings team.
Yes, indeed, Evan. She was also a top scorer last year for the Vikings. She's been, ever since last year, she's been doing an amazing job.
Good chance here for Libby to go on and put another one on the board. 6 of 8 in her last game. That was in the win against Francis Howell North.
All right, number 10 for the Lafayette, passing it around. Number 12 passes back to 20. Thinks about shooting, but passes it to 15. Three's up. Bang! It's good. Number 15, Ryan Tibin with the ball. She stops. And intercepted by number 10 for Lafayette. She dishes over to 20. Passes back to 10. Passes down in the paint. Passes back out. And there seems to be quite good ball movement by the Lancers right now.
Yeah, number 10 for the Lancers, Adria Roach. I mean, she was their leading scorer in their last game, so she's somebody that can get hot from three-point land.
Roach is a top three-pointer for the Lafayette Lancers for their team. Shots good by number 24, Libby Brewster. Again, she is on fire right now. Number 10 looking around to see who she's going to pass it to. This is off to 20. Pass back to 10. Pass it down to the paint. Back out.
And I'll tell you what, Lafayette does a great job of moving the ball around the perimeter, trying to find open, ladies open. They've done a terrific job all game, and they draw a foul right there.
Yes, indeed, Evan. They're having great ball moving around, trying to maneuver through the Howell's great defense. And number 2,
Destiny Polk.
Destiny Polk up to shoot 3 free throws.
Yeah, and their win against Clayton, Destiny had 7 points. 1 of 3 from three-point land, 2 of 4 from the field. So she's another one that can score for Lafayette.
And I feel like I've seen Polk last year during the basketball season. And it's a great night for basketball. Not too hot, not too cold outside. First free throw's up, and it's good.
Hey, sometimes you need that lucky bounce, right?
Yeah, took at least 2 bounces at least. Second free throws up. And it's good. 2 for 2. All right. Emily up, dribbling the ball down court. Brewster has it. He's troubled. 15, troubled. Passes down to the paint. Layup is good by number 14. I tried to get the name from the announcer, but it sounded like it was kind of mumblish. Number 12 has the ball right now for Lafayette. Lafayette dishes out to number 30. 30 dishes out to 10. Down in the paint. Great pass by, and Polk shoots it up, but it is an air ball.
I'll tell you, we don't have the name for 14, but she's done a great job rebounding the basketball throughout this entire. She's got some tough-nosed rebounds.
Most definitely. She has done an amazing job on offensive and defensive rebounds. Ball goes out of bounds right there. And number 10 for Lafayette dribbles down the court, passes to 12, to 30, to Polk. Polk gets the ball again. She's looking to find somewhere to pass it to. She's passing number 20. And right now, this is doing a tremendous job of ball movement right there.
Absolutely.
Layup's good, but it's over the rim, so Brewster grabs a rebound.
Great defense there by Libby Brewster.
Brewster's just an all-around athlete. Just like last year, she's continued to do a tremendous job, especially in these last 4 games actually, picking up 83 points. That is amazing. The J by Brewster is up, and it's a little off. And the ref calls for a jump ball. And it's Lancer's ball right now.
Yep, you got just a little over 2 minutes, so if you're the Vikings here, they haven't quite got much going offensively, but obviously Lafayette, they have done a great job moving the ball offensively, and I think that's something that Howell's going to have to do, later in this game if they want to win this one.
Yes, indeed, Evan. Number 14 grabs a steal. Teaming goes off with the ball, then bricks it after a good layup. 10 running down the ball. She slows it down, and she just shoots it in Tibbins' face. Brewster has the ball. Passes it back to Tibbin. Polk versus Tibbin. ISO. Brewster has the ball.
And I believe that number 14 is Carly Meyer. That they have her listed as 22 on the roster, but I believe that's who it is.
Carly Meyer, okay.
Could be wrong on that, though.
I'm saying because it's hard with no rosters. It's like we got to come up with this stuff online and everything. Polk has the ball after steal. 14 for Lafayette. Pass it to 30. Back to Polk. Polk thought about shooting it, but she said, nah, pass it to 30. And 30 trips and falls. And it's still Lancer's ball. Francis Howell's playing some tremendous defense right now. It seems like they're catching on to Lafayette's offensive scheme. They're just passing the ball around to find an opening to the hoop.
So actually Megan Eanworth is number 14. She just came out of the game.
Megan Eanwood.
Yep.
She's still
so Megan Eanworth is who, and she, as I see on the stats here online, that she leads the team in rebounding. So obviously she's been the highest rebounder here tonight. Yeah, so that makes a lot of sense.
It does. Three's up and
well, I'll tell you, you can't leave her open. She is money from three-point land, and she had 5 threes in their last win against Clayton. So she's somebody that you're going to have to watch out for if you're Francis Howell.
And that was Julie Steiger trouble. Ball goes out of bounds, and it's still Vikings ball. Steiger's going to be taking it out. She was a little troubled. And then another steal by Lafayette. And it was kind of a little loopy pass.
Oh, that's
Ooh,
a good look.
Good pass, and layup is no good. Just a little bit weak on that layup. Could have been had a little bit of mustard on that.
I'll tell you, since Ainsworth's came out of the game, Francis Howell, you could tell, has had a little more trouble rebounding the basketball. But
Yes.
they got about 5 seconds here to get a shot off.
And the three's off by Brewster.
Boy, good look.
And that's the end of the first quarter. Lancers are leading 15-8, and we'll be right back with more basketball on the Howell Activities Network.
Tonight's game is not only a competitive contest between these two schools, but it's also an educational experience for the students involved. Because high school activities are about learning life values, your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association remind everyone to do their part in keeping our hometown sports a positive experience for everyone. When you attend your next game, do your part to help rekindle the spirit of citizenship by showing good sportsmanship. You'll be teaching a positive lesson, and you'll be preserving a proud tradition in the state of Missouri.
Hello, everybody. Back here at Lafayette High School. And great reminder that the Howell Activities Network is brought to you by Jeff Earhart. Spending too much on car insurance? Need insurance for that new home? Don't stray too far from Howell. Contact Coach Jeff Earhart at State Farm Insurance for all your auto, home, property, business, life, and health needs. And I'm Evan Webb alongside the play-by-play man here for this girls basketball game, Josh Robinson, making his play-by-play debut.
It's an honor, and I also need some of that insurance as well. All right, we're about to get started here for more Vikings women's basketball. At 7 o'clock, we got the boys going up against Lafayette.
I'll tell you what, it'll be interesting to see how the guys come out. Obviously, they're coming off a huge win against Troy. You can't get too high, though, and then, because this Lafayette team, is probably – they're going to fight, for sure.
That is true. And funny thing is, Troy, they beat DeSmet, and DeSmet beat the Vikings. And from Will Crawford said that the Vikings played actually pretty well against Troy.
They absolutely did, and me and Michael were there for that one, and it was – by far the best game that the Vikings have played all year. Well, that was a good look down low there to Libby Brewster. Just couldn't finish it.
And intercepted by Steger.
And that was Julie Steiger.
Oh,
with
Julie
the steal.
Steiger, excuse me. Related to Lindenwood's football kicker. I forgot his first name, but Steiger. Steiger gets the ball. And Polk playing some great defense on Steiger.
Got to be careful with those little post-entry passes, as that's
yes,
a couple times they've done that, and they got bailed out with a foul there.
And still Vikings ball. Don't know what the foul is. I think it's probably a reach in. And Steger's taking it out. Steiger, excuse me. Polk playing some great defense on Steiger. Steiger maneuvers around, takes it to the hoop, passes, but intercepted by 20 for Lafayette. Number 30 is taking it down, shoots to 30, and 14 puts it up, and the layup is no good.
Boy, that was almost a look what I found on that.
I know. Number 42, Izzy Luca with the ball. Gives it back to Steiger. Brewster with the ball. Cross, jump, and the three's no good. Nice move, though. Number 20, pass it to 11 for the Lancers. Pass it back to Polk. Polk passes back to 20. 20 passes back to 30. Back to Polk. Polk thinks about shooting it, but she passes it off to number 14. 14 takes it back, but passes it to 30. And 30 puts it up in the layup, and no good.
I'll tell you, Lafayette's had some really good looks here in this second quarter. They just haven't been able to finish it.
Indeed, their ball's moving around pretty fast as well. Brewster is being covered by number 30. This is off to Steiger. Steiger pressing the paint at number 12, and the layup is good.
That was a good look there.
Number 30 with the ball. She moves the ball down court. Pass it to 30, 30 to 11. 11 to 20 down in the paint. Stumbles with the ball. A lot of good ball movement by the Lancers right now. This is off to Polk. Polk thinks about shooting a stutter step, drives it in. The layup is no good.
Well, I'll tell you what, they get some really good looks going to the rim, and it just kind of seems like they just can't, like, they've got some really good looks. They just can't finish them. I mean, it's just one of those nights maybe for Lafayette.
Yes, indeed. As soon as you get the great ball move, you just have to execute. That is the key game for basketball. 11 dishes off to the J, and it is good.
That's a great shot.
And the league's up to 7 points right now. Lancers leading 17 to 10. Steiger dishes off to number 15, Ryan Teben. Steiger dishes off to Teben again. Back to Steiger. Down in the paint, but kind of a questionable pass right there by Steiger. Number 30 takes the ball down, shoots it up to 20. 20 with the 3, and bang, it is good.
That was a great shot by Anna McClellan. She had 15 in that win against Clayton in their last game, and she's obviously didn't have any threes in that game, but she is somebody that can shoot the three-point ball, as we just saw. So a good look there.
Anna McCullen with the three-point shooter right now.
She had 15 in that win against Clayton. So obviously she's probably about their second, third leading scorer somewhere in there. So she's somebody that the Vikings are going to have to look out for. And if you're the Vikings here on offense, it kind of seems like they move the ball good around the perimeter, but it seems like once they try to get those post-entry feeds, they just can't, like, you know, Lafayette's done a great job on defense to end up, you know, picking those passes off. So obviously if you're the Vikings, you got to try and control and be better with the ball, especially when you're giving it into the post.
Well said by Evan Webb. And Francis Howell is taking the timeout right now. And one thing about it, what is your prediction for the rest of the game for Francis Howell in order to get back? Well, you just said that. So what are your predictions for the boys' game? Let's just say that.
Yeah, I think it's a game that I think it's going to be kind of, you know, I think early on it's going to be, you know, a pretty even game. And obviously, you know, Francis Howell's coming off a huge win against a good Troy team. And it was a game that I would have to say that why Francis Howell played their best game. I thought that Troy, there were times that Troy just wasn't finishing around the rim. So we'll see if, you know, the defense can stay pat for the Vikings, and that's kind of been their Achilles heel all year. But I think they're going to come out with a victory here tonight.
Well said by Evan Webb. We're back.
By the way, that was a great look to Brewster down low there.
It was.
And like I said before, you know, that timeout, that those post-entry feeds are going to be have to be a adjustment here for the Vikings, and that was a good look.
And it seems that timeout has woken up the Vikings a little bit because they're playing some great defense. That was a great block. And Brewster was able to pick up the block pass. This is off and back to Brewster. Brewster with the assist, and
nice.
That was number 35 for the Vikings, putting the bat up and shooting it. And the league is down to 6.
That's B. Schneider.
B. Schneider with the rebound, putting it back up. 20 dishes off. This is back off to.
It could be one of those things where the Vikings wear different numbers at home and, you know, different numbers on the road.
Yeah, I know it's kind of confusing, but you know it is what it is. 3's no good. Number 12 passes it back to 11. 11 pushes up, and it is good by McCullen. She is on fire. I think it's a heat check going on with McCullen. She's feeling it. Brewster, this is off in the paint. It's number 35, and the hook shot is no good. It's out of bounds.
I think that's a little bit of a questionable shot there. I think you know, it was a good look to get her back inside, but that's one on that where, you know, I think she looks back to the outside, tries to, you know, move the ball around and then try and find another post feed because, you know, that was obviously kind of a size disadvantage as well on that.
Yes, indeed. 12 with the ball for the Lancers. Number 20 dishes off in the paint. Great pass. Number 10 dishes off. Back to 14. Jay is good. The Lancers finally bring it to a double-digit lead, and it is intercepted by McCullen. McCullen dishes off to 20 with the Euro, and the layup is no good. And we're trying to figure out what the foul is. I can't hear because I don't have super hearing right now. All we know, ladies and gentlemen, that it is Francis Howell's ball. I think it's a personal foul. It is on Lily
Zahner, I believe.
Lily Zahner.
That was a good fight there by Megan Ainsworth. As you know, she's been the tough nosed girl on the floor this game for the Vikings because she's got some really tough rebounds, and in that little stretch that she came out of the game, the Vikings were really struggling to pick up some rebounds. So obviously, she's somebody even I'd like to see get going on offense a little bit as well.
Yes, indeed. Brewster with the ball, playing some big girl ball right now. 15 dishes off the Brewster with the 3, and it is over yonder, no good.
Hey, there's Ainsworth. She's right on it.
Steiger with the questionable pass again, and 20 drives it down to the lane and takes it back out, passes it to 10, and no good. 14 puts it back up, and shot's good. And Steiger, she's taking the ball up court, being guarded by number 11. She dishes off to number 15, Ryan Teben. Teben dishes off to Steiger again. Steiger pushes it to back to 14, and 14 with a great pass, but can't seem to get a handle on it, and it's going to be Lancer's ball.
Yeah, and once again there, I thought that they did kind of have a good look down low. The pass was just a little too high into the paint there, but I like I like that they're trying to get it into the paint, but Lafayette has done a great job defending that paint, and it kind of seems like that the Vikings are really struggling to find that size disadvantage down low against a very lengthy Lafayette girls team here.
And that 3 is good by Polk. Seems that the Lancers are just raining threes right now from the Lady Vikings. Teben dishes it off to
just go right back out here.
Brewster. Brewster takes it back out.
Well, that's actually a great move.
And she gives it to Meyer. Meyer gives it to Steiger, but Teben fumbles the bag, and Polk is it seems there's a foul.
Yeah, I believe they got Steiger on that.
Steiger with the foul. And
Polk. If you're the Vikings here, try and get a stop, and then try and get a bucket right before half. And you feel a lot better about it.
And that's something that the Vikings need right now. A great ball movement by the Lancers again. And Polk, she's trying to figure out who to pass it to next. Passes it to McCullen.
Lafayette might just try and ice this half as well. I mean, that kind of looks like what they're trying to do. 15 seconds left.
It seems that after Francis Howell tried to retaliate, the Lancers retaliated back.
Yeah, and they're going to get the last shot here. So that's a great possession here by Lafayette. And one thing that they've done really well in this game is they haven't turned the ball over, and they're getting good looks.
That is true. And
that was a great
final
play.
Shot is good by the Lancers. Great to bring the score up to double-digit lead still, 31-14 to end the first half. We'll be right back. Evan, what did you take away from this second quarter?
Well, I think that the Lancers are getting some really good looks, and they're moving the ball around well. The Vikings kind of had a little bit of a run there, but they're struggling to get the ball into the post, and I think that's leading to a lot of turnovers. So if I'm the Vikings, coming out this next half, I'm trying to get, maybe some open looks around the perimeter. And it kind of seems like they have, when they have put up shots, they've been some pretty good shots. But the Vikings just aren't getting many good looks on offense. Defensively, I think that, they just got to maybe change up into a different, zone defense or something, because, right now it just is a little bit sloppy out there. And the Lafayette Lancers are getting some really, really good looks. I mean, it's about every possession they have a good look down low.
And what do you think for Francis Howell? What do you think that needs to change in the second half?
Yeah, I think it's just continuing to try and move the ball around a little bit quicker. It kind of seems like that they're right around the free throw line. They try to get those little entry passes, and Lafayette's doing a great job defending it. So I would just kind of change a little bit of what I've been doing on offense to try and limit those turnovers, because right now, I mean, in the second quarter anyway, not so much in the first quarter, but especially the second quarter, turnovers were a big issue for Francis Howell, and I think a lot has to do with, just some questionable passes into the post. So I think that's something that they're going to have to change. And, you look at what Lafayette's doing, I think just moving the ball quick, around the perimeter, getting it inside, girls are cutting in and getting layups, open layups. That's how you win basketball games. So I think, that's what the Vikings just got to do.
You heard it here by Evan Webb. We will be right back for the second half. You are listening to Howell Activities Network.
Whether it's balls and strikes, fouls, or flags, your referees and game officials are a vital part of high school athletics. If you've ever tried your hand at officiating, you know how hard these men and women work, and you certainly know that they would never miss a call intentionally. Keep these things in mind as you attend sporting events. After all, respecting officials and authority figures is one of the most valuable lessons that we could teach our students. This message has been brought to you by your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association. Fans, when you attend a high school game, do you stand at attention during the national anthem? Do you cheer a good play by the opposing team? If your team loses, do you take it well in stride? If you have answered yes to any of those questions, you are showing positive examples of sportsmanship. Don't forget that when you attend high school events, young eyes are watching you for examples of acceptable behavior. By making a conscientious effort, you'll be helping our students grow into better citizens. This message has been brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and this local radio station. Role models are more important than ever in today's society. You can serve as a role model for others the next time you display good sportsmanship at a high school athletic event. Good sports are winners and are also vital to preserving our fine sports traditions. So the next time you attend a sporting event, remember to be a good sport and help rekindle the spirit of citizenship. This message has been brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and this local radio station. The score of any athletic event is generally forgotten over time, but the actions of players, coaches, and spectators leave lasting impressions. The next time you attend a high school game, think of how history will remember you. Choose good sportsmanship and help rekindle the spirit of citizenship. Remember, the lessons you teach today will help develop better citizens in our communities for tomorrow. This message has been brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and this local radio station. Whether it's balls and strikes, fouls, or flags, your referees and game officials are a vital part of high school athletics. If you've ever tried your hand at officiating, you know how hard these men and women work, and you certainly know that they would never miss a call intentionally. Keep these things in mind as you attend sporting events. After all, respecting officials and authority figures is one of the most valuable lessons that we could teach our students. This message has been brought to you by your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association. Fans, when you attend a high school game, do you stand at attention during the national anthem? Do you cheer a good play by the opposing team? If your team loses, do you take it well in stride? If you have answered yes to any of those questions, you are showing positive examples of sportsmanship. Don't forget that when you attend high school events, young eyes are watching you for examples of acceptable behavior. By making a conscientious effort, you'll be helping our students grow into better citizens. This message has been brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and this local radio station.
Hello and welcome back into the Howell Activities Network as we are ready to start this second half as your Vikings down 31-14 against the Lafayette Lancers, and we're here for the girls game. We'll be back for the men's later here around. It'll start at 7, so we'll have a little bit of a break between, but not too long, and that will be here. The JV, so each JV's team has played in the other gym. And then both varsity teams for girls and boys will be here in this one. So we won't have to move, luckily, Josh. But we're going to go on ahead and read some of our ads for the Francis Howell Activities Network. And first, Dan Main, are you thinking about buying a new home or refinancing an existing home loan? Call Dan, your mortgage man. Also, special discounts available for first responders, educators, and faculty. Call or visit danmain.com today, and let's get you home. Dan Main, MLS number 502036, Flat Branch Mortgage Company, MLS number 224149, Equal Housing Lender. We're also brought to you by Jeff Earhart at State Farm. Spending too much on car insurance? You need insurance for that new home. Don't stray too far from Francis Howell and contact Coach Jeff Earhart at State Farm Insurance for your auto, home, property, business, life, and health needs. We'd like to thank another great sponsor of the Howell Activities Network and People's Savings Bank. People's Savings Bank is the people you know and trust. So about 1.5 minutes before we start this second half, and I'm going to swing it back to our play-by-play man for this girls' game, Josh Robinson.
Thank you, Evan. And Daniel, I'm looking to buy a house, so hit me up if you can grab my contact information. But we have like what Evan
he's
said,
your mortgage man.
Yeah, he's the mortgage man. So I heard you can cut me a deal. So we are 55 seconds away from the second half, and we'll be right back on Howell Activities Network. And we are 30 seconds away from the second half. We're looking to see a better half from the Lady Vikings. The first half was pretty shaky, as you can see, a whole lot of careless mistakes, and right now they are trailing about a big margin, Evan. And like you said, what they could do better is like a better scheme to move the ball around, because like Lafayette's defense, they have them on lock right now, and it's pretty difficult to get a shot going.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that's indicative of for one, Lafayette's defense, but also two, just a little bit of sloppiness so far for Francis Howell. And I think, especially when you try to get into the post, you got to make sure that they're open. You got to be ready that they're anticipating for that pass. That's kind of been a problem here early for the Vikings, but I think they're going to make some adjustments and they'll be fine.
And we are back. Number 12 for Lafayette. Passes it to 14. She talks about shooting the three, but she dishes it off to number 10. Number 10 shoots back to number 12. And same old song. Good ball moving by Lafayette. 14.
Yeah, they just do a terrific job of moving it around the perimeter. I mean, they've done it all game, and they take a lot of time off the clock with that as well.
Man, it is like musical chairs over here. Ring around the rosy. And the layup's no good. They're struggling to find a rebound, and it's going to be Vikings ball.
Yeah, good job there by Ainsworth to, kind of force her to go out of bounds. Ainsworth, if there's been a positive here tonight for the Vikings, it's been Ainsworth. She's done a terrific job on the board. That's a tough pass to handle there.
This is off to number 20 and walks on a tightrope to stay in bounds. And this is off back to 20. Step back, shoots, and three's no good. 14 grabs the rebound, and it's a great layup, by number 12. Lenny Zahner.
That's a good look by Zahner there. Now Lafayette's starting to put even a little bit of pressure on Howell.
Yeah, they said they're trying to put this game away.
I think for Francis Howell as well, don't be afraid to shoot, especially around the perimeter. I mean, they've been open a couple times. They've had some good looks. They don't really look to shoot.
That is true. Brewster dishes off to Steiger. Steiger pushes it back to Teben. Teben fumbles a little bit. Back to Brewster.
There
Brewster
you go.
with the three. Bang! Way to start off the second half. Brewster playing some hard defense.
Well, there you go. That's what I was
in
just
the lane.
talking about.
Great pass, and Brewster grabs the rebound.
That right there was the best offensive possession of the night for Francis Howell and the best defensive possession of the night. So maybe it's something that's going to change here, but they got to get it going here right now because obviously, we're just starting to play here in the second half. They got a large hill to climb.
I agree.
Great.
Layup by Brewster is good. Brewster.
That's a great look by Libby Brewster right there down low. And a good pass.
Throws the ball again, layup, and misses. Brewster is on fire right now. And
I believe that was Danielle Moore who picked up that rebound. And, we don't have exactly her number on the roster, but that was a good job to stay with that play. Obviously, Brewster missed the bunny that she normally would hit, but it was a good job to stay with that play.
I agree. 20 shoots down with the lane, hesitates, shoots the layup, and it is good.
That was a nice pump fake right there.
It was. Teben dribbles the ball, and McPaulin. This is off to, and it's a foul by Lafayette, and it is still Vikings ball.
Tell you what, McClellan on that end of the floor, I mean, she completely juked out everybody with that little pump fake. And a lot of times, that I always think, especially when I'm watching boys basketball as well, seems like the fake is kind of a little bit. And I'd like to see that a little bit more, especially when they get inside the post. But, McClellan, I think the boys team needs to learn a little bit from McClellan because that was just a terrific pump fake.
That is indeed true, Evan. McClellan with a great pump fake from that last play, faking everybody out. Puts it back up by the Vikings. Brewster grabs the rebound, dishes off to Teben. Now it's to Steiger. Steiger pushes it in the lane, and 12 draws the foul, and she's going to go to the free throw line to shoot two.
Yeah, right here you got to make your free throws.
And Steiger, she's making some great passes down the lane, and the first free throw is good. Now the score now is 35-20. And the second one is no good. 10 for Lafayette. Walks the ball down the court. And Francis Howell playing some man coverage defense right now. 23, looking to find somebody. And she just came into the game. McCullen puts it, great pass.
Man, they just do a great job moving the ball around, especially down low, but just missed the little bunny there.
Brewster takes the ball up court to Steiger. Steiger passes back to Brewster. Brewster down the lane, shoots it, and it is good over 2 people.
Well, that's who you want to get going if you're the Vikings.
Brewster with the heat check. She's turning red right now, so she probably is on fire.
I'll tell you what, it didn't feel like it, especially in that second quarter, but the Vikings are still very much in this game. And, a couple more stops, a couple more baskets, all of a sudden you're looking up and you're only maybe down 5 or 6. They got a chance to make a little run here, and still a lot of time left in the game.
That is true. 3 minutes and 52 seconds left in the third quarter. Francis Howell might be able to come back to this game. There's still time left for the second half. Polk. This is up to 23. McCullen with the 3. Misses. Polk dishes out to 23. And a travel call. I figured when they were going to call that soon because she did take a little 2-3 steps before
yeah, and she's actually kind of gotten away with it a couple times this game. But, they looked for it there, and that was a good call.
Great call by the officials today. Brewster passes back to Steiger. Misses. McCullen with the rebound. Takes the ball up court. Bounce pass to number 23. 12 thinks about shooting the 3. McCullen. And just great
we got
ball.
The intercom going.
Oh, and a hard fall by McCullen.
I'll tell you what, I thought Ainsworth should have been. I thought a foul should have been called when she was going up for that rebound. She got knocked pretty hard.
Yeah,
going up for that board right there. But obviously they let the play go on.
Yeah, I felt that all the way up here. Polk dishes back to 12. McCullen with the 3 and misses. Steiger running with the ball down the court, slows it down. Passes to Teben. Teben passes it to Brewster. Down in the hole. And
great
it is
look.
Good. Great assist by Libby Brewster to Ellsworth.
That was Ainsworth.
Ainsworth, excuse me, my fault.
No, it's all good. But, that's what I was just talking about earlier, that I thought the whole game they should have been getting more looks into Ainsworth. And they just haven't really been looking for her inside of the post. But, she's obviously like their second leading scorer as we got the clock still going on here. Yeah, and the clock should have stopped, I believe there is. About 7 seconds went off the clock, and they didn't change it.
Yeah. One thing
so we'll see if they put 6 more seconds on the next time out.
And shots good by number 12 for Lafayette. To extend the lead to 13. And pass blocked, and Brewster with the 3. Brewster has been the game changer for this Francis Howell team.
Oh, good defense, good defense.
Francis Howell with the lockdown defense right now.
And I love the pressure that Francis Howell is putting on Lafayette.
Layup is no good by McCullen for Lafayette.
Gritty rebound there by, I believe that's Danielle Moore. He's wearing 12.
And McCullen with the little Houdini steal right there. Ainsworth was like, what happened to the ball? Man, it has been a struggle with no rosters right now, but, we're getting through it. A minute and 13 seconds left in the third quarter.
I hope they print out some rosters for the boys game.
I hope so, too.
It's going to be a struggle call for me, I think. If
yeah, because this is hectic right now.
So our man Josh Robinson making his play-by-play debut here in this game. And, I think you've done a pretty good job, Josh.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And he's done it without rosters, too, which is even a double whammy.
She dishes down to
That was a good look.
Ainsworth, and Ainsworth with the layup, but it's no good. And rebounded by, it's no good again. Ainsworth tries to struggle, but a little oopsie-daisy trips right now.
Boy, Ainsworth is not afraid to dive on that floor and fight for a basketball. I mean, she fought inside there and they just, they've had some really good looks, a lot of better looks here in this second half down low. There's just been a lot of times they haven't been able to finish around the rim.
I agree
but
with you.
They're doing a much better job on offense and especially with their post-entry passes.
I agree. 12. And Francis Howell just coming down the court trying to take the ball away from this Lafayette team. 3 is good by number 12 for Lafayette. Extend the lead 40-20-7. And the 3 is off by number 12 for Francis Howell. And the layup is good by Lafayette. Back-to-back scores.
Yeah, Howell was on a little bit of a run there, but boy, that feels like kind of a dagger. But hey, you get a bucket here going into the next quarter, that'd be huge, but turn it over.
I agree. And 7 seconds left on the clock. And Polk drew the foul for Lafayette, and she's going to go to the line for 2.
That was a good job by Polk just to try and go to the rim and draw a foul. Obviously, there wasn't much time left, only 5 seconds, but that was a good job there by Polk running down the floor.
Polk drawing the foul with 5 seconds left on the clock. And first free throw is good. It seems Polk, she has made pretty much all of her free throws tonight for Lafayette.
Yeah, that little, well, it's about to be a 7-0 run if she makes this free throw, but, well, missed it. But that little 6-0 run there by Lafayette just kind of felt like a killer.
Curry shot right there.
Well, hey, there you go. You kind of erased that little run, obviously, and now it's only, it would have been a 6-0 run there for Lafayette. That huge 3 there deep, and gives the Vikings kind of an opportunity to stay in this game. They're still in it.
Steiger with the floating 3 right there at the buzzer beater. Like you said, Evan.
Good call, my friend.
Like you said, that could be a game changer for the Francis Howell team for the fourth quarter. Like what my coach said, fourth quarter living. That's what Francis Howell needs to do right now.
Yeah, just, great shot. Kind of reminded me of Ron Harper Jr.'s shot for Rutgers last night against Purdue in their buzzer beater. But, that was a terrific look.
Great
and I
game.
think I honestly might have missed it on the camera. I was looking at it so much.
Oh, wow.
So my man gave you the call, but the cameraman, who's not used to running the camera, completely missed that one.
It's okay. We're both trading roles right now. We're both trying to figure out the roles, but it's all good. And with 7 seconds left in the break, fourth quarter's on the way for Howell Activities Network. We're just going to stay right here. And the Lady Vikings are going to take the court right now. It seems like they're coming out with a whole different mentality.
Well, I mean, that 3, that just went down, I mean, that's one that that your whole mindset changes. Now you feel like, okay, the ball can go in the basket.
Yeah.
We got a little something going. That was obviously the best quarter of the game for the Vikings, in my opinion. Even better than their first quarter. They really struggled in that second, but I thought they did a terrific job in that third quarter of making this a game and keeping them in it.
Steiger taking the ball to the paint, passes it to Brewster. Brewster with the 3. Bang! Brewster has been spot on with the 3s, and she hasn't missed one yet. Like I said before, a heat check.
Boy, good defense. Yeah, and probably a good timeout there by Lafayette's head coach. But great defense by Francis Howell and a good look here at the corner by Brewster. They've got her going now, and she's obviously their biggest weapon. So you got to keep finding ways to find her the ball because if you're going to come back, she's going to be a big part of it.
I agree with you, Evan. Libby Brewster being the one of the game changers for Francis Howell's basketball team with she hasn't missed a shot yet for the second half.
You know, it's funny. It just felt like not too long ago we kind of felt like Lafayette was in full control of this game, but you look up and you got basically a whole quarter left here. You're only down 10. So if you're the Vikings, you got to be feeling the momentum. You know, back-to-back threes. Obviously, one of them was nearly a half-court shot that went in, and then a three over here in the corner. But, you know, hey, that's momentum for the Vikings, and they needed it.
Poltz brings the ball in, and number 10 dribbles the ball down the court for the Lady Lancers. See Francis Howell playing a little zone defense here. Great ball movement by the Lancers, and three, and it is good.
She's been money for three all night.
And Brewster responds back with a J, but she misses. First miss of the second half. Steiger passes the ball, and shots deflected by number 10 for the Lancers. And it is a jump ball, and it will be Lancers ball.
Yeah, I believe they got a. I believe they got kind of a. What'd they give them? They're a jump ball.
Yep, they gave him a jump ball, and it is intercepted by Steiger. Steiger puts it up, and it is good.
Well, that's what the pressure defense does.
And it dishes off to number 12. 12 dishes off to 10 for the Lancers. And Francis Howell coming back with the defense. Brewster, she's coming up to play some tough defense right here. Seems that the Lady Lancers are shaking in their boots a little bit, trying to figure out who to pass it to. And it's a push foul.
Ooh, that kind of seemed a little bit weak to me.
Yeah, I agree with you. One thing about those push calls, you can't touch the offensive person, the person with the ball, that much, or else the refs will call it.
Yeah, they got Steiger on that one, but kind of a ticky-tack one to me, but we play on.
And a block shot by
that was Ainsworth on that.
Ainsworth.
Yeah. Or Ainsworth.
Ainsworth.
Good look, just couldn't get it to go.
Yes. 10 drills the ball down the court, trying to find somewhere to pass it to. Pass it down in the paint. Layup is up, and it is no good. 10 shoots a three. Bricks. 12 for Francis Howell, grabs a rebound, gives it to Teben. Teben dishes it off to 12 again. And number 30 tries to intercept the ball, but it goes out of bounds.
Right here, I'm looking to Brewster. I think she's got the hot hand right now, and you got to go to your best scorer.
Teben has the ball right now. Crossover. It finds Brewster. Brewster finds Ainsworth.
That's a good look.
It's it to Teben again. Teben drives it up, and the layup is no good. Just a little bit off right there.
Well, they didn't finish it, but that was one of the best ball movement possessions of the night for Francis Howell. They just couldn't get the finish.
12 grabs the rebound again, finds Teben. Teben takes the ball up court. Teben dishes it to Ainsworth. Ainsworth with the pass, and it is no good. I believe if she would have made that one, that would have been a nice and one to bring the league up to 9 points.
Well, great look there to Ainsworth there as like I said, like I've been saying, much better job with those post entry feeds, and they're starting to get Ainsworth a little more action inside.
I agree.
And it's paying off. 4:40 left. You know, still a little bit of time. Still time to get back in this. Got to, win the free throw game though for sure.
That is true.
Nice job.
Ainsworth makes both the free throws to bring the league
Oh,
down
there
to
you
9.
go.
And it's intercepted by Teben. Bang! By Steigert.
Well, there you
Steigert
go.
has the spirit of Stephen Curry inside of her. And Lafayette calls a timeout. And now the score is surprisingly up to, well, not surprisingly, but secretly up to 6, well, down to 6 points now.
Yeah, deficit only down to 6, and probably a good timeout there called by Lafayette. But boy, now if you're the Vikings, this is the closest you've been since early, within the first 5 minutes of the game. So, you're feeling good if you're the Vikings. You got all the momentum right now. You're starting to get hot from three-point land at the right time. You're finding good looks inside. They've done they've done a much better job in the second half. Getting some great looks inside, and so far it's paid off here, especially in this fourth quarter. Just got to keep it going and stay stellar on defense.
That is indeed true, Evan. Francis Howell coming out on fire in the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter living by the Lady Vikings with a duo of not Stugart, but Libby Brewster and Steigert with the threes. Number 12 for Lafayette is going to take the ball out right now. And we see Francis Howell playing some full court press.
Well, that press has been working, and you can tell that Lafayette's a little more fatigued as well. That's what the press will do to you. Now, Francis Howell gets a little more fatigued as well, but wearing out the other opponent when you're the team trying to come back, and that's what you got to do.
Three's no good by number 10 for Lafayette. Ainsworth dishes it off to Teben. Teben dishes off to Brewster. Brewster with the J.
Get in there.
And it is good. Leagues down to 4. Howell with the impressive defense. And the layup is good. Almost blocked by Ainsworth. Lafayette tries to extend the lead.
You got to get back on
46
defense.
seconds left.
Good job by Lafayette to quickly get down the court. And wow, they're going to call that off a Howell. Well, I kind of thought that was off a Lady Lancer there.
I thought it was too, but it is what it is. Lafayette moves the ball down court. It seems like there was number 5. She's in the game now. Number 30 dishes off to 12. 3 is up, and it is no good.
Got a rebound.
And it is a jump ball. And you can see the Lafayette coaches putting his hands in his face.
I believe they called a jump ball on that. Which, yeah, I would kind of be too if I was the coach over there. Is not quite sure if that was a jump ball, but
seems that he wanted to rip his hair out. But Brewster in trouble, and seemed like they're playing a little bit of football right there.
Yeah, and the officials have kind of let him play.
Number 12 takes the ball down, and it is a blocking foul called on the Vikings.
That's probably a good call. She wasn't quite set there, but they're letting them play. I mean, there's been a couple, lots of bumping for the ball and whatnot. We've seen some go on the ground and have to dive for some loose balls, and it's like you said, they're almost like playing football out there, but they've let them play. I mean, they haven't called too many fouls in this game.
That is indeed true. And first free throw was good. Extends the league up to 7. Second free throw's off. Ainsworth grabs a rebound.
The Vikings have, fully controlled the rebounds in this game, but they've gotten a little bad at it here in this fourth quarter. But a good board there. Well, that's good toughness there by Megan Ainsworth there.
Teben, wait. And the ball's going to stay with the Vikings. Great pass, but it's intercepted by number 12
Yeah.
for Lafayette.
I think that would have been a good idea had they not had a double team on Eanworth there. But I thought it was a great idea. But, boy, throwing that ball when you got two defenders on her, that's a tough pass for her to handle.
I agree. Steiger looks for somebody to pass it to. Passes to Ainsworth. Ainsworth looks down the paint. Steiger with the shot, and it is no good. And Lafayette's going to take the ball out. But Howell calls a timeout right now. With 2 minutes and 12 seconds left in the fourth quarter, the score is 49-42 Lancers. Evan, if you're the Vikings right now, how would you be able to come back in with 2 minutes and 12 seconds?
Well, I think, they had a really good run there for a little bit there, and they got a little bit off on their rebounds. They had been rebounding really, really well all game, but on that other side, they allowed 2 offensive boards for the Lancers, and that was a huge turning point. And they ended up getting they got 1 bucket, and then they got fouled on another. And that was kind of the difference here late because the Vikings, throughout pretty much this entire fourth quarter, besides the last minute or so, they had all the momentum, and lost a little bit there on defense, but. There's still time. That you got 2:12 left. You're probably going to have to make a three or two. But it's just about getting open looks, and that's what you got to do. And I like the style of keeping the pressure defense on Lafayette. They've really struggled breaking that press, and it's led to some buckets for the Vikings. So I think that's what you got to stick with doing here if you're Francis Howell, and get back on defense as well. There's been a lot of really good transition buckets by Lafayette, and it's kind of been because the Vikings haven't been able to get back on defense on the fast break.
I agree with you, Evan. And timeout's over, and the Lafayette's going to bring the ball out. And great pass.
Just like that,
12. And block shot by Steiger. She said, get that out of here.
That's a good recovery by Steiger because they had a wide open look, and, boy, she busted down the court to get that.
Great hustle by Steiger and inviting number 12 to the block party. Great defense again by the Howell Vikings.
Yeah, and both teams a lot of times on those inbound passes, they try to get to that person right next to the bucket, and most of the time they're double teamed. I get the idea, but both teams have kind of done that a little too much, in my opinion, and it's led to a lot of turnovers.
That is true. And Ainsworth passes it to Teben. A minute and 56 seconds left on the clock. Can the Vikings come back and win this? Steiger drives it in. Passes back to Stugart. Not Stugart, I mean Brewster. They both had the same ride. Forgive me, but
yeah, and it kind of feels like that's kind of a backbreaker for the Vikings because, you're down 7. You really needed that bucket there.
And it seems that Lafayette's just going to hold on to it, trying to move the ball around just to kill time.
Yeah, just a little under about 120 left, so. I think eventually you're going to have to start fouling if you're Francis Howell, and there you go.
I agree. Like you said before, 5 seconds ago actually, not even 5 seconds, maybe 2 seconds, that they're going to have to start fouling, and that's what they did.
It's going to take a big run here for the Vikings, but I think that they found something, especially here in the second half, that they could carry into this and into their next game, and most likely a loss, time's not really on your side right now, but I think that they did have a lot of positives late in this game, and it's something that the Lady Vikings can take into their next game. Obviously not over yet, but there's still some time. But now you're playing free throw contests, pretty much. So but I do think that there has been some positives, from what we saw in the first half to what we've seen in the second half for the Vikings.
Number 10 maneuvers. Passes 14 to 10. 10 trying to find somewhere, just try to keep the ball moving, but a foul. And I believe that was Steiger with the foul.
Well, now you just, you hope for missed free throws, and, they're going to be playing the 1-and-1 game. So if they miss those front ends, and got a chance to even get some fast break buckets.
I agree with you, Evan. And it seems to be some substitutions for the Lafayette team. And number 30, she is going to shoot her free throws to extend the lead. 58 seconds left on the clock. Free throws off. Steiger grabs the rebound, and
well, that's a tough nose rebound there by Steiger, and she's, like I said, 1-and-1s. You're playing the 1-and-1 games, and a lot of times you're going to get those miss front ends of the 1-and-1s, and you can turn it into 2 points and a 2-point swing on the other end if you make your front end and then make the next one.
And Steiger, she's going to shoot her free throws, trying to bring the league down a little bit with 55 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And it's off. 30 grabs a rebound. Now she's fouled, and now they're about to go to the other end and shoot some free throws. Man, this is kind of a back-to-back moment.
Yeah, and like I said, it's a free throw contest late, and obviously both teams have missed their front ends of the 1-and-1, and that was such a great opportunity for Francis Howell right there. They make both those free throws there, and then then you foul again. They have another 1-and-1. But they were unable to convert.
Evan, like he said, predicted this free throw contest. I think he can see into the future. Steiger moves the ball down the field. It's being double covered.
Try and find an open three here.
Teben moves the ball down court. Ainsworth loses the ball, and now Lancers are fouled again. And now we're going to go to the other side of the court, shoot some more free throws. With 42.3 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Like what Evan predicted before, it's going to be a free throw shooting contest.
Yeah, and so far both teams are losing.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Well, there's one, but
Evan's
yeah, I mean, like I said, that like you could have turned that into even they missed two front ends of the 1-on-1 before obviously this one, but you had a chance to really even turn that into a 4-point swing. Just unable to convert, but like I said, is kind of a fight for the ball there. It'll be Howell ball, but like I said, that there has been some positives that have come out of this game for Francis Howell, and this is a good Lafayette team in my opinion. I mean, I could see them being really, really good and making a little bit of a run in the postseason as well.
And I think that was.
And the other thing as well for Howell is, I think they've had some open looks at three throughout this game. They just haven't really been looking to shoot. They do there, obviously, as you're down, but they just haven't really been looking to shoot quite as much as I'd like to see. Because they got some girls that can flat out make it. I mean, like they could fill out the basket, and I'd like to see a little bit more of that going forward for the Lady Vikings. But like I said, positives come out of this, and you move on to the next one.
Well said, Evan. And looks like it is Lafayette's ball after the rebound. And 13 seconds left. Great deep pass, 14 to get the layup. Extend it back to a double-digit lead. And I think that might do it for this game. Three is
that's
good
a heck of a pass
by Steiger, but it was not going to be enough to bring the lead back. And that's the end of the game. The Lancers Lancers beat the Vikings 52-45. And the Vikings, their record goes to 2-3 overall. And that's it for the girls' game. We sit tight, and we'll be back with the men's game at 7 o'clock, where Evan Webb will be the play-by-play, and I will be the color, going back to our original spots. You're listening to Howell Activities Network.